This life that you have, in the form that you have, is transitory. It comes, you live for a time in this world, and then it passes. But that is not the end of your existence. You will go on for all eternity. Your conscious, intelligent awareness is not defined or confined to your physical form. There have been times for each of you when you have had experiences, dreams, experiences of things that cannot be known through the senses of the body, intuitions, visions, known things that have happened far away, had a feeling of something when you had no way to know it. Felt that you were taken. You saw things from a different perspective, not of the body. These momentary experiences come naturally in human life. When there are times when your conscious, intelligent awareness moves beyond the physical structure to allow you to experience things that are not part of your sensory experience. And these moments give you a glimpse of the reality of your being. That your being, though embodied, is of a wider dimension and exists beyond the body. That your being is composed of a conscious awareness, an intelligence that is not defined or confined to any particular experience. You are the witnessing entity, the witnessing, aware, intelligent consciousness, which knows all of the experiences of your body and your mind, and knows those non-ordinary experiences that happen outside of the body and the mind. That intelligence, some people may say, well, it is due to your brain and your neurological system. That is true of thought, of the rational mind which thinks about and figures out things. That requires a brain. But there is another part of you which is intelligent, aware, knowing, perceiving, understanding. That does not require the physical form. The mind, divided into layers, koshas, the desire mind, the physical body, Annamaya kosha, of course, leaves with death, but so does the desire mind related to the senses and the care of the body. The Manomaya kosha, the mind aspect, that mental functioning of the brain, also ceases with death. But the higher mind, the Atimanas kosha, and the layers beyond that do not cease to exist when the body departs. They remain intact. So the part of the mind which contains intuition, knowing of many things, remains intact. All of the basket of karma, all of the reactions that you have had to experiences you've had both in this life and in many lives before, accumulate in this basket of karma. This goes with you as your individual identity. You are the owner of all of these experiences which have been associated with your consciousness. And they create a integrated self that you are as an individual. A sense of your unique being, your own wisdom, your own awakened consciousness. And this, all of these accumulated experiences and the reactions to those experiences become your identity as consciousness associates with them. And so you have a unique identity that goes from lifetime to lifetime. When you enter a physical form, the personality of that form becomes influenced by the genetics, by the brain function, by the sex. All different factors come into play, and then by the environmental influence as more experiences come. And all of this adds on to the existing personality, the existing individual unique identity. And so the identity looks different in different lives. But if you saw yourself in one life, in one body, and another in another, you would see the similarity, that this is in fact the same unique individual, though it may have different expressions in different forms. That there is a continuity of being from one life to another in your unique individuality, which is composed of the collection of all of your experiences and your identity of your consciousness with all of those experiences. When, through spiritual practice, the mind grows in magnitude, the sense of self begins to disidentify with that basket of karma, with that collective experiences, and with deep realization of the eternal nature of the self, in that which is beyond thoughts, beyond concepts and ideas, in that which is eternal, immortal being. The realization comes that you are indeed more than your collective experiences, that there is a larger identity to yourself beyond all of these experiences which you have acquired life upon life. That there is an association with a deeper self, a larger self, the self of yourself. Meaning that your real self, your real nature, is not bound in these collective experiences that you have had life upon life. that all of these experiences lie within the context of a larger sense of being, an eternal nature, beyond any individuality, but inclusive of all unique individual expressions and manifestations. This is the pure nature of being, excuse me, the eternal consciousness, which never dies, which always is. And as mind grows in magnitude, the influence of experience and identity with experience, both pleasurable and painful, begins to diminish. It holds less and less binding of consciousness. And you're aware, intelligent being, freed from identity with all of your past experiences, your pains, your sorrows, your joys and accomplishments. When freed from that, there is a recognition of the immortal nature of being, of a vast love, a vast intelligence, a vast beingness, which is your source, which is your own nature. When your awareness ceases to be bound in identity with experience and becomes instead aware of its own free, eternal nature. And as you have more and more exposure to this divine nature, this infinite love, the binds of present life and past life identities thin and thin. Those experiences become less important. And then the realization comes. All of the unique identities of this cosmos lie within one consciousness, one aware, intelligent beingness that is the self of yourself. That is your actual nature when you are not consumed with your individuality and the accumulation of experience. When your awareness, your attention moves from that to this cosmic love, to this cosmic vital living beingness, then there is only the understanding that all that you have known as you, all of those experiences, and the experience of countless other beings are all part of your own self. They are part of a larger existence. Which does not fade with time, which is unbound by pain and pleasure. An awareness and an existence that always has been, always will be, a love that never ends, a truth, the self of yourself. This immortal essence is the one eternal essence in which all existence plays out. When consciousness becomes aware of this larger self, this larger identity, this vast, immortal self, this divine, infinite nature, then the recognition comes that all experience, all beings are part of this whole. Everything that is manifest is merely this eternal consciousness, eternal beingness, unchanged, unmoving, always the same, yet appearing to change, appearing to move, appearing to be unique individuals, appearing to be the entire spectrum of the created universe, the manifest universe. So that the whole manifest universe is a play within the cosmic intelligent awareness, playing out like a dream in the mind of the great dreamer. When you let go of identity with the limitations of all of these experiences, this basket of karma, all of the experiences that you've had, and you let go, and your awareness, your intelligent consciousness returns to its natural state of being. You are in the infinite. You are in the eternal. When this happens, all existence is a play, a dance, a dream in the mind. It is Maya, sometimes translated as illusion, but not just illusion. It is a belief. It is a created reality. Within the infinite stillness of being. It has a relative existence. This world, all that is manifest, has a relative existence. But that existence is a play, a dream in the mind of the great dreamer. It is Maya. It is the play danced in the mind, danced of the substance of the great dreamer. of the infinite Purusha, the infinite conscious, intelligent awareness of being. That infinite intelligent awareness never changes. It only appears to change into manifestation, but its nature, the nature of all that is, remains one and the same and unchanging. Every atom of this existence is a doorway to the infinite. There are no beings who are crude and less than God, for God is everywhere. God is the essence of everything that is. Only the mind judges crude and subtle. But for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, there is only the infinite, undying, immortal Purusha, the one eternal love, the infinite grace. That is all that exists, and it forms within it the play of light and shadow, of pleasure and pain, of accomplishment and defeat, of duality in all its multifarious forms. This is played within the awareness of infinite being. That awareness never changes, never moves. The play within it is a dance, but never changes the nature of the being, as your dream never changes your nature. As the witness, the consciousness in which the dream plays out, you are still the same, but in the dream you believe yourself to be the dreamers. So it is in human life. You believe yourself to be a body. You believe yourself to be the pains, the sorrows, the joys that have filled your life. You believe yourself to be wanting and needing. But what are you really needing? Isn't it love unconditional? Isn't it return to wholeness? Isn't that what you really need? That journey is a journey out of illusion, out of the relative, into the substantial, into the eternal, into your own self, into the sea of eternity. The journey is not long, nor is it short. It is not difficult, and it is extremely difficult. What is, is. There is one self, one cosmic, eternal, immortal beingness. You can struggle for lifetimes, or you can just recognize it. Let go. Of other beliefs. Open your heart. Find your way home. The great masters have embodied a doorway, but the door is always there, and it's always open. All you need do is walk through. All right? Are there any questions today? Yes.